Yeah, okay. Mr. Jason, you could turn up your volume some.
Yeah.
Dory, what have you been doing for fun? I know today's Friday, so woohoo Friday.
Yeah, I haven't been really doing anything that much. I'm already on, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing video games with my best friend and my sister. Well, my sister that's like a year older than me. That's still, yeah. I've been like playing video games with them a lot. That's all I've really been doing.
So, you know, video games is good too. You know, but of course with the balance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, we're gonna wait for, well.
Hi, everybody. I had something playing. I couldn't stop it, so I finally found it. I turned it off. So I'll be off screen. Good luck, Mr. Casey.
Thanks.
Awesome. Mr. Jason, the music is like if we hear and then we don't hear it. So I don't know.
Okay, I'm just yeah, my bad.
Maybe we can see. I don't. All right, it is 4 o'clock, and today is our college and career day, and we are excited to have you all for this fall semester. This is our first college and career day for the fall semester of 2021, and we have an awesome speaker here today, Mr. Casey Maggin, and he is an awesome mechanical engineer. Do you guys know what a mechanical engineer does? Any takers? Okay, well, if you don't know, you will know today. And what you'll be surprised about is that you probably, after you hear him share, you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's mechanical engineering. Okay. And you'll get to see all the things that are mechanical engineering. And engineering is this huge umbrella. And so Mr. Casey is going to share about it today. And so we're glad to have you all here with us. And so as we get started, I want to share with you all just a little bit about College and Career Day, because we have College and Career Day because we want to share with you all and have professionals here with you to share about what it really takes to be in the field. So if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be an engineer, an electrician, all those awesome fields, you know, like what does it really take even to be a professional, sports or anything like that? What does it really take to be in that field? And so we are bringing professionals to you. And so in the chat, we're going to utilize the chat today. We're going to utilize, we're going to have all kinds of prizes, and we're going to have some spin the wheels for you. Mr. Jason, he is our DJ on the ones and twos. And
If you guys have any requests, just let me know.
and so he is going to be sharing our spin the wheels for awesome prizes. I want you to really listen today as Mr. Casey is sharing, as we share the information, because we're going to get to spin the wheel for prizes. That means you get to earn Wooten dollars to go in your Wooten bank for prizes that we have in our Wooten Dollar store. And I'll take a minute. I'll show you guys the Wooten Dollar store in a little bit. All right. But I want to share with you all, I want you guys to let me know, like, what do you guys think about, why is college important? Why is college important to you? And you can put it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. And this is for everybody, Anybody can answer. No takers again? Okay. Yes, why is college important? Yes. Well, I'll share. So college is important because it gives you an opportunity to meet others that are like-minded. You get to build on your knowledge in a specific area, because if you are a barber, for example, and if you go to get your hair cut, guys, you want their line to be, sharp, right? Or for the ladies, you want your edges to be laid well, right? Are you going to go to somebody that doesn't know what to do? If you're a doctor, I want to go to the best doctor, right? So I don't want to go to somebody that's going to do a bad job, right? That's going to, look at me on the operation table and say, oh, which instrument should I use? I'm like, which instrument should you use, right? So we go to college so we can gain knowledge, meet others who, hey, welcome, to meet others who are interested in the field, and you get to build on your knowledge, and you get to be a professional in your field, just like Mr. Casey is today. Okay, you get to learn the knowledge so then you can make a difference in the world. So for me, it was an education, right? So I wanted to make a difference in education. For you, it may be in science, it may be in working with others in communications. Maybe you want to be a journalist, maybe you want to be a lawyer, maybe you want to be a professional, you want to be a gaming producer, all kinds of stuff. There's so many fields in different areas that you can do, but we want you to be the best that you can be in your field, not just kind of like okay. We want you to be the best, okay? Because that's how change really happens. Does anybody else? Why is college important to you? Anybody can share. Parents, youth, anyone. Our staff.
I'll add on to that. So I totally agree with everything you're saying. Yeah, college is an excellent resource to refine your skills in a field, but also even before that, college is a great place to explore different fields, and you can go into college without really knowing what you want to do. In fact, I think most people do. And college offers a ton of resources with different classes you can take in general education that might spark your passion and things that you've maybe never even heard of. And it's a great pool to extract a ton of knowledge from.
Awesome. That's so good. Anyone else? Why is college important?
Kind of like what everybody said, like it's just a great place where you meet a lot of great people, you learn about your craft, your talent, and it's just like a great way to expand your mind, like beyond education. You find out about yourself, about different cultures, like it just it helps you be open-minded to a lot of things.
So I see in the chat, Miss Brenda put, because education is the key to a good future. And it's so true, so true. A lot of times we hear people say, oh, education, the knowledge. And it's right. When you have knowledge, no one can take it away from you. And if you have and then you're always learning. So you'll always learn something new, because as you continue to grow, we're always learning new information. We're learning about new things as our world changes, right? All right, wonderful. Thank you all for participating. Feel free to participate. As you're participating today, you're going to get more opportunities to spin the wheel for prizes that are going to be from our Wooten Dollar Store. You're probably like, well, Miss Christelle, what is this Wooten Dollar Store? I'm gonna show it to you really quick. Actually, you know what? How about this? I'm gonna show you our next level for the levels of our levels of education. Mr. Jason, can you pull up our Wooten Dollar Store? And after I share the levels of education, you can show them, you can share your screen and share the Wooten Dollar Store.
Okay.
So our levels of education. So as you all are in high school, I mean, some of you all are in elementary, some of you are in middle school, some of you are in high school. We want you all to see the different levels. So as you are figuring out what you want to do for your career, or maybe you have an idea, you say, I want to do that, right? Let's find out what do you guys want to do for your careers? Let me know who's in the room. What do you guys want to do? You can put it in the chat, or you can say it out loud. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do? And you guys let me know if somebody puts it in the chat too. Body. Computer engineering. A12. Who's A12? Can you put make sure you change your name so we can see who you are. Because you know what? When you guys tell us what you want to do here, we may have somebody come in and be that. So computer engineering, got lawyer. Awesome. Awesome. What else? What else? Everyone, put what you would like to do in what you would like to be when you grow up, or what you want to do for your career. Put it in the chat. All right, wonderful. So in order to do, to be a lawyer, to be a computer science, to be in computer science, you want to, or in computer engineering, you want to further your education. And so as you see over here, let me get my spotlight. You see over here, so you have all these different levels from 1st through 6th. So you go from, you have your different grades here from 1st grade all the way through 7th. And then you go from 7th through 12th here with elementary. And then you have your high schools. And then after high school, you can choose to either go to a community or junior college. And at a community or junior college, you will go there for 2 years. And so you can get an associate's degree while you're there, or it's called an AA degree. Okay. And then from getting your AA degree, you can choose to transfer and get your bachelor's degree, or you can go straight to a 4-year university and gain your bachelor's degree straight right ahead. Okay, so you have some options. So you can either go straight to a 4-year university, or you can get your associate's degree by going to community college and then transfer. So that's an option as well. And then can I have someone to read what does this one say right here? What does this one say?
Master's degree?
Yes, a master's degree. So after a bachelor's degree, you can get your master's degree. And so at a master's degree, at that level, you're furthering your education. So you're learning more about that field, and you specialize in a specific area. Like, for example, I know Mr. Casey is going to share this, but Mr. Casey, you did your bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and then you also did your master's in mechanical engineering.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
So what do you guys think? If he did his bachelor's in mechanical engineering and then he furthered it and was like, okay, I want to have my master's, do you think that makes him more of a professional in mechanical engineering? Yeah, absolutely. So you can choose, depending on your major, again, from a master's degree, you can have a doctoral degree, or you can have another professional degree, like it says here, in medicine, dentistry, veterinary, or law. And so we want you guys to see all of the opportunities and the possibilities that you have from from expanding your education to all these different levels. And of course, based on, and we get to help you do that here at the Wooten Center. So as you continue to, as you graduate from elementary school, middle, high school, and you go off to college, you get to build on these levels and decide if you want to continue and further your education with a master's degree. And again, with higher levels of these degrees also means that you get to increase your pay as well too, because now you have more knowledge, you're more professional, you're more marketable, and you're more competitive, okay? And so we want you all to be competitive because there's a lot of competition out there in all fields. And so we want you to build on those skills and your knowledge so that you can be a good competitor out there and you can really make a difference, all right? Are there any questions about the different levels of higher education? Any questions? Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna keep it going. All right. Oh, I see some other students put theirs in the chat. Mileva. Awesome. She wants to do arts. So that's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna see the dollar store. Mr. Jason, I just put it in the chat there for you. And so you could click and share it. And so our Wooten Dollar Store, what it is, when you earn, you get to earn dollars. So when you attend your private tutoring sessions, when you come to events like this, like College and Career Day, or even when you show up for your classes like music production and poetry jam with Mr. Casey. We have another Mr. Casey, right? Or even Minecraft, coding and robotics, world languages and culture with cooking, virtual playground, all those classes, you get Wooten dollars. And so you're gonna get to earn them and you're gonna get to choose all kinds of great prizes. So we're adding dollars to your bank by you being here today. Mr. Jason, feel free, go ahead and share your screen. And so let me know, have you guys ever gone over to, and actually I'm gonna drop it in the chat as well. So so you all can always go over to the Wooten Dollar Store and check it out. Check it out. Choose the prizes that you want to earn as Mr. Jason scrolls through all the prizes there that you can earn. You guys see anything that catches your eye? Oh, I see Mr. Jason. Okay. Mr. Jason, you want to keep scrolling? Okay, there we go. Let me see. Awesome. So I see gift cards, all kinds of prizes. There's gift cards and there's sports stuff, there's jewelry, there's Play-Doh, there's not Play-Doh, there's slime. Well, there's that too. Slime, all kinds of cool stuff. All right. So check out the Wooten Dollar Store, okay? All right. Thank you, Mr. Jason. All right. So next, we're gonna have our awesome speaker, Mr. Casey Maggot, to share with all of you. So as Mr. Casey shares, I want you to really listen, right? Listen, because you are gonna get to, we're gonna do our spin the wheel. And I want you to listen to some of his answers and responses to different things. Feel free to take notes if you want to. But we're going to ask you some questions, right? And you're going to get opportunities to earn and spin the wheel for prizes, for Wooten dollars that are going to go into your bank. Okay? All right, Mr. Casey, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Cassell. I appreciate it. And thank you to all of the Wooten staff for having me. I am a tutor here, so I recognize some faces, but some new faces too. I was thinking, since we're, a smaller, more intimate group, maybe we could go around the room and introduce the students that are in. Maybe just say your name and what grade you're in, if that would be all right. So chime in whenever you want.
I can go. So my name is Marissa. I work for the center and I'm actually a freshman in college and I go to Santa Monica. And I hope when I'm older, I plan to be a lawyer. So after I get my bachelor's degree, hopefully I could go to law school and then get my jurisdiction degree.
That's amazing. Very nice to meet you, Marissa. Emily, do you want to go next?
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm hoping to be a dermatologist when I grow up.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, looks like we have a couple more. Dory, are you there?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What do you want to be? What grade are you in? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm in 7th grade and I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
That is totally cool. Maybe I can convince you to be an engineer.
Maybe.
Okay, couple more. Chaz? Chaz, are you there? Maybe not. And then it looks like Brenda is the name on.
Hello.
All
This
right.
is- Hi.
Is this Brenda?
Yes, that's me.
Great.
I'm a parent and my
Oh,
kid
okay.
is Andrew.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, it's great to meet you all. And I'll go ahead and start talking about myself.
Mr. Casey, Miss Brenda, did you have two kids with you that wanted to say something?
They're so shy too. To speak.
Oh, I
Even
didn't hear
to be
that.
on
They can tell
camera.
you- they can tell you what they want to be.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So feel free to jump in at any point with questions, or if you have something relatable to say. This is supposed to be interactive. And I'll start with a question that Ms. Christelle asked earlier, but does anyone know what the definition of an engineer is? What does an engineer do? You can put it in the chat, or you can chime in.
I'm thinking I don't really know too much, but I think the first thing that pops into my head is maybe somebody that creates something, maybe the structure of something, or just building. That's what I think of.
That's a great definition, and you're spot on. Does anyone else have anything to add to that? Makes and design things, Mrs. Cedra. Perfect. Yeah. So that's exactly what it is. An engineer is a person who designs, constructs, and maintains a wide variety of things, including electronics, machines, vehicles, or even buildings and bridges. Those are our engineers as well. So like Ms. Christelle said, engineering is a really large umbrella, and there's so many specialties within it. But I'm going to tell you about my engineering journey as a mechanical engineer. But if you have questions about other types of engineering, we'll cover those briefly. I saw someone in the chat wanted to be a computer engineer. I work very closely with a lot of computer engineers. So yeah, let's start out. I will talk a little bit about my upbringing. I am an LA native. I grew up in the Pasadena area. And I listed my high school there, Crescenta Valley. And I went into high school not knowing what I wanted to do either. It took a while to figure it out, but things that helped me figure it out were extracurriculars, things above and beyond the standard curriculum. And I urge you all to participate in as many types of activities as you can. Some things that I did are cross country and track and field. So I'm wondering who of the students here are interested in or participate in sports. Show me a raise of hands.
I did sports when I was in high school, but I'm not in high school no more. But I
Right,
did do it.
what did you do in high school?
I played soccer and then I did volleyball and then I did track for a little bit.
Awesome. Yeah. And how great of an experience is it being on a team with all your friends
It was
and
really, really fun. I always tell people like even if you're not good at it, it's for the experience. You know, you not only do you kind of learn discipline as well because it's it was a whole bunch of girls and we're all having fun. So sometimes it could get out of hand. So then when you have to understand discipline and what's the correct when is go time. And it also teaches like how powerful your body can really be once you put in the effort for something. As well as just learning, you know, you're not going to win every game, but it's the effort that you put in. You can gain a lot of enjoyable moments, a lot of memories, friendships.
amazing. Yeah, that's great perspective and exactly what I'm trying to say in that you learn life lessons doing things outside of uh just going through the motions of normal school. Normal school is so important, but when you go above and beyond, that's when you really start putting together a resume. um so anyone else play sports? You can put it in the chat or chime in like Marissa did.
I played basketball and rugby, and I kind of tried out rugby because it was like a new sport, and like it opened me to a lot of new things. Like I met most of my friends that I know today. I met them through basketball in high school, so for sure I recommend it definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome, Mr. Jason. Thank you for that. Yeah, lifelong friendships. That's another thing. Yeah, it's you never know where you're gonna meet your best group of friends, and it'll very likely happen in an organized group like sports. Another thing I participated in was jazz band. I played guitar, and so I could express myself musically, and that was another completely different group from the sports world, but still an amazing group of people. A lot of whom with I'm still in touch with, and yeah. So who plays an instrument here? I know one person does. Emily, I'm looking at you.
Yes,
Trombone.
I play trombone.
Incredible. Yeah, that's awesome. Anyone else?
I don't play an instrument, but I sing. So I guess my voice is my instrument.
That is definitely an instrument, a very impressive instrument. Miss Isidra played bass. That's very cool.
Well, no, bass clarinet.
Oh,
It wasn't coming out quick.
yeah. One letter at a time. Yeah. There it is. That's awesome. Bass clarinet, very cool, unique too. Okay. So yeah, those are just two things, and then I started getting involved with some other extracurriculars that were academic based. Like I joined an Academy of Science and Medicine because at one point I thought, maybe I can be a doctor. Emily, I know you said that you wanted to be a dermatologist. So there's groups that are, share those same interests in high school. And I learned a ton. Ton of lab experience and shadowed doctors and things like that. But ultimately what led me down my career path was just taking a standard class, physics. And I realized that I really had a passion for it and I liked what I was learning. And my physics professor or teacher was a big mentor for me. And I asked, what do I do with this subject? And he showed me that mechanical engineering was the way for me. And so I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, these are just some examples of how to get involved in high school and how to shape your resume for college, because college admissions counselors, they don't just look for good grades. They look for, what did you do outside of school? How did you show leadership in things like sports, band, academies? Those are all things that are definitely taken into consideration. So went through the college application process and ended up at a pretty little school right on the coast. You may have heard of it. It's one of the I guess it's a pretty big UC, but UC Santa Barbara was where I went for undergrad, and we are the Gauchos. And this picture shows just how close campus is to the ocean. So we were pretty spoiled by that. Does anyone know where they might want to go to college, or if does living by the beach interest you? I know, Marissa, you're already at Santa Monica College. That's fantastic.
Yes, so I'm at Santa Monica, but I want to go to Pepperdine. Hopefully, I can transfer to Pepperdine, and that's by the beach too. And that's
Yeah, it's
another
a beautiful campus, definitely.
Yeah. I actually went to the campus with the center with a few of our kids, and it was really fun. I think everybody learned a lot when we went on that trip. A lot of them hadn't known about Pepperdine or just weren't thinking about it. And I think when we went, they got to see the dorms and they saw the sports and everything. Basically, the campus, it showed them another side. But
Yeah,
yeah, I hope I can transfer to there.
nice. I love the aspirations. Yeah, you definitely can do it. Okay, so yeah, there's a ton of colleges and a variety of sizes. If you want to go to a smaller school, you can do that. If you want a big school like UC Santa Barbara or UCLA, those are available. Or liberal arts focused versus science focused. There is a right school for each personality. But like I said, I ended up choosing my major before I even committed to the school, and I decided that I was going to be a mechanical engineer. And so mechanical engineering is, again, just a little slice under that giant umbrella of the engineering field. But what mechanical engineers do is focus on designing machines. So there's different fields of machinery, as you can kind of see at those pictures down at the bottom. And again, these are just three of many different fields of mechanical engineering that you can go into, but one of them on the left is automotive. Does anyone know what kind of car that is? I don't know if you can see that little symbol at the front.
No.
Tesla.
Yes. Great. Yeah, that's a Tesla electric vehicle. So it's, a recent engineering feat that is has significant impact on our environment. And yeah, it's a really amazing accomplishment. That's Elon Musk's company. And then in the middle, there's that's a spacecraft that I believe SpaceX produces, and they recently had a launch where they sent some astronauts up to the ISS, which is the International Space Station, which is just a giant satellite that orbits Earth, and they do a bunch of experiments up there. But that field is called aerospace engineering. And then on the right, that just shows a picture of a bionic arm. So there's a field that just focuses on medical devices and how to improve the field of medicine and well-being. And yeah, there's a ton of applications for that, for people without limbs that need prosthetics, and yeah, some really cool equipment there. So any questions about fields in mechanical engineering? Which one of these sounds the most interesting?
I think the space, to be able to launch stuff out into space. We're here on Earth.
Yeah. It's pretty unbelievable that we have that technology. Cool. Okay. Well,
Mr.
what
Casey, I have
I,
a, Mr. Casey, I have
oh,
a question.
what's that?
Um, does satellites have to do anything with mechanical engineering?
Definitely. So satellites falls into that aerospace category, the one right in the middle. So what I've pictured here is a spacecraft which holds people, it holds astronauts, and usually has a destination like the ISS or the moon. But another field of or another focus of aerospace engineering is satellites, and that's what I do. I am a mechanical engineer in the satellite systems division. And we'll talk about what satellites do, but it's a very important word. So remember satellites. Satellites are cool. We'll talk about them in a second. Some things in the chat. Yeah, space. Sounding like space is the winner. Cool. That's good news because that's what I do. So one thing to do while you're in college is find internships. These companies like to take you on as a college student, and they will give you work during the summer when you might not have school. And you can get real industry experience while you're still in your academic career. And I highly encourage internships because, again, it's just another thing that'll make your resume more robust. And when you're finished with college, that's when you eventually have to go get a job in industry, and internship experience is critical for that. So I was lucky enough to find an internship at the Vandenberg Air Force Base, which is not super well known, but it's about 60 miles north of Santa Barbara, kind of right in Central California on the coast. And about 30% of the space launches from the US happen at Vandenberg Air Force Base. The other 70% happen in Florida at Fort Lauderdale. But these are some pictures from Vandenberg. Not that I took, because these are way too high quality for my unsteady hand. But my internship was life-changing in that it made me realize that I did want to go into aerospace engineering. My day-to-day was going out to these sites and checking the structural integrity of these rockets that you see here and here. And then during the launches, I'd be in the control room. So you might have seen it in a movie or something with all the buttons and knobs, and I've got the headset on and there's someone counting down the all clear. And then the 3, 2, 1, that's real life. And I was there experiencing that. And let me tell you, when these rockets take off, you feel it in your bones. It's the most powerful thing. And it's pretty cool. So any questions about the Air Force Base being on site for these launches?
About how big is a rocket ship?
These rockets are probably about 100 feet high.
Oh.
Yeah, so pretty tall. And there's different sizes. So you can see this one on the left, it's just this one on the left is a single tube, so that we call that a single booster. And then the one on the right, you can see, has 2 additional boosters on the side. So that's probably carrying a much heavier payload. And the payload is this thing at the top, which is usually where all the money is. That's the thing that's actually going into space. So in the case of that capsule that took the astronauts, they're in this rocket right now. They're up all the way at the top here, right at the payload.
I don't see anything moving.
Oh, are you not seeing my mouse?
I don't. It's okay. Keep going.
Oh yeah. I can annotate.
If everybody else sees it, it's okay. It's just something. Oh, there
yeah,
you
now-
go.
now,
That's
yeah.
cute.
That's good.
Cool.
Have you ever been inside one?
So no, not inside of the actual rocket. They're kind of not conducive for a human to be in it, except for that very top. And there's a ton of protocol in order to get into one of those. But I have been up this tower right here, all the way to the very top, which is, if you have a fear of heights, that's definitely not where you want to be. I personally do, and was freaking out a little bit, but they got you in the hard hat, and you're safe within the structure. But yeah, cool. So with these internship experiences, I realized that aerospace engineering was for me, and so I ended up getting a job out of college at Boeing. And you may have heard of Boeing. They're a pretty popular company specifically for making commercial airplanes. So that I picture that on the right, that's their 737 MAX 8. But Boeing also has a sector in Los Angeles that just focuses on space and defense. And that's where I wanted to go, and that's where I ended up. And so I even pictured, this is my building on the left here, and if you've ever gone to the airport, and you're driving down the 105, that's the building you'll see on your left, between the LA Times and AT&T, and then there's Boeing right there. So that's where I work. And I'm missing some questions here. Emily wants to know if I was in, was I Houston? No, so Houston is a real thing though. There's a command center in Houston, and that's where all of the astronauts correspond to. So everything that I was working on was unmanned, just satellites. And so they didn't have no one was in the vehicle saying, Houston, we have a problem or anything like that. But I have been out to Houston, and I've seen the NASA Command Center, and it's very cool. So because I'm in the space and defense sector, what I specialize in are satellites. And this is what Ms. Christelle mentioned earlier, and this is what I do for a living, is launch these satellites. Well, I design the satellites, and then we have a team that launches them up into space. So does anyone have a guess about what do satellites do? What are they used for? There's many different answers.
I think that they're used for like tracking stuff in space and giving us more information about stars and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's one. Yeah, that's a great answer. Yeah, there's satellites that have telescopes on them, and you may have heard of the Hubble telescope, and there's these high-powered telescopes that look into deep space and tell us about planets that are, billions of miles away. Let's see what's in the chat here. They take pictures. Yeah, those all of these satellites have capabilities of taking pictures and sending them through telemetry back to Earth. Communications, fantastic answer. Yes, satellites. You may have heard of satellite television. That is exactly what TVs used and still do today. That's how we got cable, was through satellites. Remember, you put those receivers out on the roof that you might see a giant ring with some antennas. Those are communicating to satellites up in space. Telephones is another thing that they're used for within communications. There's a lot of towers on the ground, but some places don't have telephone towers, and instead they shoot their signals all the way up to space. Yeah, Mr. Jason, predict the weather. Perfect. Yep. Look, you can see in this photo, the way that satellites looking down on all these cloud formations and, whether some things start moving to the left or to the right, that's how our weather people, predict the future and get a forecast, is using satellites. Yeah, great answers, everyone. I think we've covered most of it. Yeah, so we are on the ground communicating up to these satellites up in space, and then they're sending us data back to us. And it's a really, really impressive feat of technology. Any more questions about satellites while we're talking about them?
I just want to make a comment, like how you said phones, because a lot of times we think like engineering. So like you said, the satellite is in space, and in order for my phone to work the way I would like it to, or like if I were to travel to go somewhere, my phone is able to work in that other location because it's communicating with a satellite that's in space.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's amazing. That's amazing. I don't think I have never really thought about that. I mean, and it makes sense too, even like how you said satellite, if you have dish or some of these different for our cable for your TV. So if there wasn't a satellite in space, then you may not have cable. You can watch your favorite show.
Definitely.
Probably call on your phone.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And there is, a large, I know we're very privileged here in the US. We have a ton of satellites that are, providing us a constant communication from all parts of the US. Even in the middle of nowhere, Montana, you'll still probably be able to find cell reception 10 minutes away. But there is a big part of the world that does not have satellite coverage. And there is an effort going on at Boeing, a program that is commercial. You can look it up, and it's called O3B, but it's which stands for Other 3 Billion. And the mission of it is to provide internet to the other 3 billion people of the world that currently don't have access to it because of their location and the lack of satellites that are providing signals and service out there. So yeah, food for thought there.
You have some questions in the chat, Mr. Casey.
I do. Let me field these. How are they transported to space? Great question. Let me flip back a chart. 2 charts. These satellites are up in these little things. Let me annotate again. This right here probably has that satellite in it. And so when this gets launched, this entire portion of the rocket actually comes back down to Earth and lands in the ocean somewhere, and or back on land in a safe place with a ton of clearance around it. But the only part that actually makes it up into space is the very top, and we call that a payload. It is already assembled. Once it is in that payload, yes, it's already assembled. But the assembly process happens at Boeing. We are the ones assembling it, and we have a manufacturing line and putting it all together. And when it's fully assembled, these things are massive. They're about 25 feet high, so it's pretty special to look at. And Emily asked, how do satellites work? Yeah, it's a crazy concept, isn't it? Like, how are we communicating with these satellites? I won't go too into depth because it gets really technical, but basically we are sending signals through radio frequencies. And those the giant dishes that you have on the top of your house, if you have cable, those are the things that are sending signals and receiving signals. And let me flip back, you'll see here on the satellite, there's a very similar looking thing down at the bottom there. That's another receiver. So those those are the ports that are sending these waves to each other, and the waves are encrypted with codes, and they read these codes, and that tells them a thing to do, like take a picture or, you know, provide this service. Should we keep talking satellites? Any other questions? Okay, enough satellite talk. So just one last thing, and then I'll be wrapping up here. But my final words of advice are, keep developing, never stop learning and growing. Even, you know, I'm at the stage where I've gone through college and I've gotten my job, but you know, I'm never satisfied. I want to keep learning and growing, and I highly encourage you all to do the same, because yeah, if you're not developing, then you're just flatlining. So here are some examples of what I've done now that I'm in industry. And the first one was going back to school. Boeing provided a service that they would sponsor me through my master's degree. And so I went to UCLA part-time during, it was like an online schooling. And, you know, I would just come home from work and do school. And it was 2 years, and I got my master's in mechanical engineering. And didn't have to do that. But again, the extracurriculars are so important. I recently just changed jobs from you know, my entry-level job as a design engineer to program management. So now I'm managing people, which I've always felt like I had the knack for. And so, you know, I'm continuing to pursue my ambitions. And then, you know, giving back to my community, because that is something that I'm extremely passionate about. And, you know, doing things like this, talking to you guys, I love doing this, and I hope it provides some benefit in your lives as well. And then the last thing is to network, which means keep making friends. Whatever you do, you know, it's the people in our lives that truly make it special. Some things that I do for fun, where I meet new people all the time, is going golfing. It's a big passion or a hobby of mine. And then I also love traveling around, whether it's the US or internationally. And you'll meet some very cool characters doing things like that. So with that, any last questions for me?
How much can a engineer earn, generally speaking, not person?
The floor is very high for engineering. It is a very difficult degree, and I think industry recognizes that it takes a certain level of dedication and hard work. And so you come out of college making a pretty healthy salary. I think depends on the type of industry you're going into, but I'd say a baseline to start out would be 50,000, 60,000.
And then at the top?
Oh, well, the very top is, you know, my CEO of Boeing makes $18 million a year.
Wow. I'll sign up for that.
Any other questions?
One new.
A great question from Emily. Are there women in this field? The demographic is shifting drastically, and in the best way possible. It's becoming more diverse in ethnicity as well as sex. And that's one thing that I've found to be very pleasantly surprising, because aerospace has generally been known as an old man industry. And in fact, they have a name for them, and we call them graybeards. That's something we call the guys that have been in the industry for 40, 50 years. And but now there's this resurgence of youth of all backgrounds. And I have my group of mechanical engineers. We have about 100 people in our group total. And I think 40% of us are 27 or younger. So it's a large portion of us that are, fresh out of college with new ideas, and within those 27 and younger demographic, I would say 30%, 40% are women. And the number is rising. I've been, I've worked with some incredibly intelligent women in this field as well as men. And the industry is opening up its arms, I'd say.
So much good stuff. So who's interested in wanting to be or engineer or mechanical engineering? Anything that you heard that sparked your interest, like, because that sounds really cool. I mean, I've learned some good stuff here. Yeah. If someone didn't have the idea to design the satellite to put it up there, then my phone may not work as well as it does. Emily, I see your question there. Does knowing many languages help in this field?
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, it is. That would put you in a really great position if you're bilingual, trilingual, whatever. We interface with so many suppliers of, people that are sending us different parts to build, the final product. And I see you asked about Mandarin. Yeah, we have vendors in China. We are, if you're working for the government, you're constantly communicating with the Chinese government to see, when are you launching this and what orbit will this be on, so we don't crash into each other and that kind of a thing. So yeah, many languages, I'd say, in any field is an advantage. Miss Isidra, is Elon Musk a mechanical engineer? Elon Musk didn't go to college, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure. Let me look that up.
So he's just financing mechanical engineers.
Oh, no, he did go to college, but he's been on record saying that he doesn't believe in it. But he's, he's a different guy. He actually got his degrees in economics and physics.
Still me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see here that Andrew says that he has potential and wants to study some engineering. That's awesome.
That's amazing, Andrew. I think you can do it. I know you can do it, actually.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right. So just to review, I want you guys to share. Well, actually, no, we're going to share at the end. But I'm going to give you guys a hint. I want you to listen closely to the answers to these questions that I'm sharing. Okay? Hint. You see my eye winking at you? Okay? All right. So Mr. Casey said that he graduated, he did his undergrad, so he completed his bachelor's degree at UC Santa Barbara, the one with all the water, right? He completed his graduate degree for his master's at UCLA. His major is mechanical engineering. Mr. Casey says that he's passionate about giving back to his community. And what he loves most about his career is launching things into space. Two of his favorite hobbies are playing golf and watching the LA Lakers. Go Lakers, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And how many years has he been in his field? He's been in his field for 3 years. And what is O3B? Other 3 billion that don't have internet in the world.
Wow.
And then what is payload?
Payload. Yeah.
Payload is the part at the top of the rocket. That's the piece that actually stays in space. If it's a satellite or if it's an astronaut, right?
Yep. That's
Okay.
right.
All right. I hope you listen to those questions. Okay. See, I can't even wink right. Okay. So right now we are going to thank you, Mr. Casey, for sharing. Right now we have an awesome activity that we're gonna do. And so we have some of you who are gonna stay in this room, but we're gonna do a breakout room for some of you, and you're actually gonna get to make and build your own paper plane. And what's cool about this plane, it's not your regular, everyday kind of plane. This plane actually holds a world record, a Guinness World Record for the furthest distance. Okay. And so you're going to get to build this airplane. So all you're going to need is some paper. So grab some regular printer paper. And you're going to need some like colors and markers and stuff afterwards, because you're going to be able to decorate it and make it your own and all that good stuff. So we're going to do this activity. So we're going to have some of you in this room, and then I'm going to do a breakout room, and some of you are going to be with Mr. Jason. And so do you guys all have your paper ready? Uh-oh, virtual background. All right, let me see your paper. Okay, awesome. All right, okay. When you have your paper ready, I'm gonna send you over to, so some of you are gonna stay here and the others are gonna go over to the breakout room. You're gonna go into the breakout room and we're gonna show you the video, and you're gonna get to make your world record. And so you guys, after you build it at your home or outside in your yard, you're gonna get to test it, okay? And see how far it flies, all right? So, and then we want you can take a picture of it after you decorate it and all that good stuff and send it to us so we can see your plane, okay? All right, thumbs up. You can put it in the, okay, I see some thumbs. Great, I see thumbs, all the way around. Come on, thumbs. Wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna do our breakout room. After the breakout room and we finish making our planes, we're gonna come back here and we're gonna spin the wheel for pride, spin the wheel for Wooten dollars to go into your bank. All right, and we're gonna ask you some questions. So, all right. Okay, so here we go.
Some ain't going up. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so those of you who are here, I'm gonna show the video and we're gonna make our, the plane. Have you guys ever made paper planes before? Yeah. All right, hold on, let me see. Let me share the video. You guys see that okay? All right, so we're gonna do it a little bit at a time. So feel free to stop me as we go, okay? Let me see here. Mr. Oops.
You wanted to have sound too, Ms. Crystal?
Oops. Oh, hold on. Let me share my sound too. Hold on. How about now? All right. So we're gonna fold it up. You guys got that part? Let me see. I'm trying to do one thing. Mr. I know we have both Casey's here. Mr. Casey M, I'm gonna send you. Oh, let me see. Did they join the other room? Uh-oh. Did I do that right?
I think some people might be
I
in a
think so.
different room or something.
Yeah, I think you put the others in the breakout room, right?
I did. So, but on here it says,
So, because we don't have Mr. Jason, we don't have like a few others.
okay, great. So actually, so Mr. KCM, I'm gonna send you over to the other room. So you
Okay.
can, okay. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so did you guys hold it there? Did you guys hold it that way? Yeah, okay, let's keep it going. Let me know if you need me to stop, okay? You guys got that part? Something okay, you guys? I like how he does the sharp edges. Okay, did you guys get that part?
I got it, but that's where I'm going a little right here, exactly where you paused it. He messed me up right there.
Okay, so let me go. I'm gonna go back a little bit, okay? How about the rest of you guys? Are you guys right there?
It looks like he folded it right to the line.
He does. He does. I'm gonna go back a touch. You see, he points to that straight, that line right there, and then he folds it up. Hey, Miss Brenda, you want me to put you back in the other group?
No, Sandra is working on the phone, so I put my laptop.
Okay, got you. Okay, so you're doing it. Oh, you know what I should have did? I should have dropped it in the I'm gonna drop this in the chat for you guys, so you'll still be able to do it. Okay, you guys got that part? Over. Okay, I don't hear anything. So you guys are coming okay with that part? Are you coming okay? And he puts it right at the top of the, yeah, right there. So in the middle. Put it back down. All right, so he folds it over on the back and folds it up the middle. You guys saw that? He makes like a little pocket. You guys got that part? How's it going? How's it going? Is it Casey? How you doing over there?
I think I'm okay.
Okay, great. Emily, how about you? Are you coming okay?
Yes, but it looks really weird.
Yeah, so we're gonna finish it. So you're gonna see it come all the way together. How about you, Alexia? Coming okay? Okay. All right, keep going. We'll go back a little bit. You guys, what he does, he's folding that piece right there that we made a triangle. He's folding it in half. So you'll know like how much to fold up. Sure. So right there or more?
Because I didn't catch the part where the.
Say that one more time. You said where it does what?
Can you go to the part where they do something with this part? Because I didn't.
Oh,
catch
with the other flap. Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. So this part right here. Okay. Folds the other part in half.
I don't get it.
Let me see. Let's see what you got. You want to hold it up?
I just
No, he folds it all the way to half,
how? I don't know how to do
like
it.
this. Like that, I think. Show her?
Like this?
Yeah.
See. Bring it closer to the computer. Yeah. Let me see. Hold it from the top. Okay. Yeah. So then crease it.
Crease it.
Crease it up the middle. Mm-hmm. So you should have your the fold, because you were here. So basically when you fold it like halfway and folded it up. So now you have this part. So you have this part where it folds down?
Yes, but is it supposed to have like the little triangle sticking out?
Oh, so your triangle. So the part, I think, where your triangle, so you tuck your triangle. So did you do the little part where you made the little pocket and you made the little diamond? Okay. So from there, so let me open back out mine a little bit. So from you making the pocket, you were supposed to fold. So in the pocket, so the pocket was like right here. So then you take this first flap and fold it down within the little pocket at the nose. You fold it down, and then you're gonna put it around the sides. So the sides. So your triangle, it shouldn't be pointy, but then it'll be on the sides of it. When we were, does it fold around the sides? No? Okay, well, it's no problem, because we can go, we can do this again, but we're gonna go back. But at least, even if it's pointy, it's okay. But you can go back and look at it again, and then we'll fold it around the corners. How about the rest of you? Are you guys there?
I think I also had a similar question with the Emily as far as folding the pocket down. And I'm not sure if the wing of the plane, if it goes over the pocket or if it like folds where the pocket folds.
So
That's the part I was trying to see.
So let's go back to the pocket.
Yeah, there it goes, the pocket part.
Yeah. Okay, so you see how the flap right there? So after you make the right here. So you're gonna see him making the little pocket. 7-link makes the pocket. You got that part, right?
Yeah, then you fold it down.
So fold it down, that front piece.
Oh no, it didn't.
And then on the sides.
Oh, he did fold it. Okay, yeah. Then he fold it down.
So that part right there.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, did you get that part?
Yeah,
So it's just a little bit. I think
it's
it's.
still sticking out though. But
Let's see.
Show her.
That's okay. That's okay. I think it's
Good.
okay. Look, I'm making this plane twice. My first plane had a pointy end too. So don't worry about it. This one is more square this time, but my first one was pointy. So it's okay. You're actually gonna see how that point, if that point helps your plane fly flat, higher, because there's some advantages to a pointy tip as well. Okay, so let's just we're gonna embrace the fact that your plane has a pointy tip, and that's okay, because this one has a pointy tip, and this plane flew really well as well too. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. So
Ms. Christelle, I'm gonna see you later. Thank you. Very nice.
you're welcome.
All right, talk to you later.
You're welcome. All right, see you, Mr. Cedra. And you guys will have 2 more minutes before everybody comes back into comes back in. All right, how'd you guys? How'd you do? How'd you do?
I think I messed up somewhere down the road.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm actually gonna put this link in the chat for you guys, so you can go back and look at it for any spaces. But do you have a can I see it, Dory, by chance?
I don't think you want to.
I don't want to. And that's okay. That's okay. Like I told you guys, this is my second time baking it. I was like, why is my thing pointy? So as you do it, when you watch it again, you'll probably catch something that you probably didn't catch the first time. So it's no problem, okay? It's not about perfection. It's about giving it your best effort. Okay, I see smiles, and I see Marissa, I see your clap hands there. That's awesome. Miss Brenda, I see you too. Wonderful. Good job, you guys. Okay. Wonderful. All right, come on now. So now what you have to do is test your airplane. So at home, I want you guys to decorate it, add your creativity, just like that Tesla, or you got to add some color, add some color to your plane if you like, or some designs to it, so add some color and designs to it. Okay. How did the rest of you guys do? Let me see. Did we get our other team back? Yeah, we did. How'd you guys do?
It
Our
was
team-
a challenge. It was a challenge. For sure.
Yeah, need more practice.
And we stopped along the way too as we were going. So for sure. So you guys are good. All right, wonderful. Okay, so got our planes. So at this time, we're going to do our wonderful spin the wheel. And so from all of what Mr. Casey shared, we're going to, if you know the answer, we want you to raise your hand. So Mr. Jason and I are gonna look at, and you're gonna use the chat, you're gonna use the reaction feature in here. Okay, so if you know the answer, we want you to raise your hand, and we're going to call on you, and if you get it right, you're gonna get to spin the wheel. Mr. Jason, do you have those wheels ready?
I'm putting in a few more names. Like 1 more minute, it should be filled up.
So do the one with the with the numbers.
Okay, the numbers. Okay, and 1 second.
So you know, Mr. Jason, do the one with the names, but I'll go ahead and share the one with the numbers. Okay.
Okay, so
All right.
you do that. Okay, let me add the names in there real quick, and then we'll be good.
Yeah. So because we're gonna ask the students, and then whoever wants to do it, well, we'll see who wants to answer the question. So the first question is, and
Anybody
yes,
flew their plane yet?
Yes, Miss Marissa, you can answer the questions too. Mr. Casey, what was your question?
I was asking anyone else flew the plane yet?
Oh, if anybody else flew their plane?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I thought I was on. I thought you could hear me.
Come on, plane.
I tried to throw mine, but it seemed like it was heavy in the front. Like it just went right nose down. Right? Am I tripping?
My plane does not even fly.
Terrible. Come on, Dorian.
It's smooth. It's like a smooth fly.
Mine also
It seemed
just
like
went
it's
straight down.
I was asking. It seemed like it's heavy in the front. I wasn't sure if anyone else noticed that.
We call that bad engineering.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. You don't want the plane to be like, we're going right. Right? That's the opposite of what you want the plane to do.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta test it though, see if your design
Absolutely.
works, and then the real deal will come later down the line after several iterations.
Absolutely. Especially before you put people in the crowd, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Right, that part. That part. Okay, I'm gonna drop this one here in the chat. So our first question is, how many years has Mr. Casey been in his career? Use the chat, use the chat. Okay, Marissa, I see you.
3 years.
Good job. Come on, 3 years. All right. So Miss Marissa, she's a part of staff. You can answer the question, but let's see here.
1 point for staff. Woo.
Hold on, let me share it so you guys can see it. Our little spin wheel. So we've got 2 spin wheels here. We got ones with all your names, and we have one with the points. Okay, so Marissa, let's see how many dollars you earn.
$150.
Oh.
Close.
All right. So
that 50.
So Marissa's $10. All right. Congratulations. Okay. Next question is, what are Mr. Casey's 2 favorite hobbies?
Ooh.
Okay, Dory.
Four. My bad. I had something in my throat. My apology.
Dory, what are your answers? So it's 2 things.
That's my protege. Come on, protege.
2 things.
Mm-hmm.
4. Oh.
Okay, Dory.
Come on, you got that part 1, man. You got that part 1. I believe in you.
What do you think it is? Make a guess.
Right, Mr. Casey, he got that part one, right?
I think personally what
Mhm.
Miss Casey likes to do for fun is uh I don't
Doot,
know.
doot, 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 doot,
Dang,
doot.
Tiger.
Okay, I
Dang,
see another
Tiger. I was
hand.
hoping you'll get that.
I see Andrew's hand. Andrew, what are Mr. Mr. Casey Maggot's 2 favorite hobbies? Go ahead, Andrew.
Traveling?
Okay, you said traveling.
I'd go ahead and give that a thumbs up. That
You
Yeah?
shake his head
that
to it.
works.
Okay, and what's the other one?
Golf?
Yeah.
Yes, good job. Come through, Andrew. Let's see the spin the.
Is that Andrew V?
That's right.
I see you, Andrew.
Woo! Congratulations, Andrew. You got $21. All right, our next question is, what was Mr. Casey Maggot's major in college? Andrew, is that still your hand? Is that your hand from before? Make sure you put down your hand from before. Emily, I see your hand.
Mechanical engineer.
Come on, mechanical engineering. Do, 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 do. Woo! All right. Good job. Good job. All right. Next question. What is Mr. Casey most passionate about? What is Mr. Casey most passionate about? Okay, Andrew, yes.
Hello.
Yes.
He said he wants to help the community.
Yes, good job. Wonderful. Miss Brenda, is that you or is that Andrew or Mileva? In the wheel. Woo! All right, $41. Okay, our next one. What does O3B stand for? Andrew, is that your hand? Is that your hand from before? Or is that your hand right now? Make sure you lower your hand.
It's from
Okay,
before.
from before. Okay. Okay, wait. So
There
whose
go
hand?
Marissa. I saw
Yeah,
Marissa.
go ahead, Marissa. Okay, go ahead, Marissa.
Right outside Kennedy too. Hey, Kennedy.
So it's 3 billion that don't have internet.
Yes, congratulations. Good job. All right, let's see.
Is that Kenny Ken? Sorry, I'm
Yes,
late.
sir.
Hey, Kenny Ken. Woo.
All right.
Yes, sir. Go, Marissa. Add him up, Marissa.
All
Yeah,
right,
got
wonderful.
some prize with your name on it.
All right, next question is, what university did Mr. Casey complete his bachelor's degree at? Where?
Ooh, I saw Alexia immediately.
Okay, Alexia. All right, you sure got that right. Woohoo! All right.
Go on, big sis.
Let's see.
Come on.
Oh.
Right, come on, 50.
All right, congratulations, Alexia. Awesome. All right, next question.
For you, Emily. Come on, Emily.
Where did he complete his graduate degree, his master's?
Oh, come on, Emily. You know this one. I saw your hand, Emily.
Oh yeah, I see him. Okay, go ahead, Emily.
UCLA.
You come on, UCLA.
I knew that question for you, Emily.
All right, let's see.
Come on, 50. Right? Don't tell me you go. Oh,
There it is.
Good job, Emily. All right, all right.
that was for you, Emily.
All right. Next question. What does Mr. Casey love most about his career?
Come on, Kitty D. We need to see you too.
Marissa, is that your hand?
What does he love most about his career?
Love most. Marissa, go ahead. Was that your hand from right now or before?
No, I'm sorry. I meant to put my hand back down. I don't know the answer.
Okay. Okay. All right. Emily, you're making a guess at this? Let me see. Yeah, Emily.
I think it's launching satellites.
You know, I will give that to you. Launching things into space. All right. Oops, all right, hold on. Wait, that's not the share. Hold on. This is the share. All right. Let's
Is that double time?
Double
50, 50?
time. Back to back.
Back
all
to
right.
back.
Emily. All right. Look, we all gotta rub the spin the wheel. Like, come on, give me a 50. Give me a 50. All right. The next question. Okay. Actually, this is the last question.
Come
The
on,
last
big
question
sis
here
Melissa.
is what is it called? The top part of the rocket.
That's Dory.
The top part of the rocket is called the nose.
No. I saw Miss Brenda's hand next.
It's top love or something.
Huh?
It's top load.
You know what? I will give that to you. That's a wonderful attempt. It's payload.
Oh,
Good job. How many? It's payload. Yes.
Oh,
Hold
that's
on.
how Kennedy's. I saw the Kenny hand try to slide up there. Dang.
Okay.
Halo.
All right. Congratulations.
And I'm up.
All right. Mr. Casey, do you have any questions that you want to ask as a bonus? I don't know if anybody's feeling like a bonus question.
Bonus from me?
Yes.
Let me think here. What sport did I play in high school? We got a hand.
Brenda.
Cross country.
Cross country. Was that from Andrew or Mileva?
Andrew.
All right. Come on, Andrew. All right, Andrew. Let's see. We're going to spin the wheel. Come on. Let's get that good 50. Let's get that good 50. Awesome. Congratulations. Awesome, Andrew. All right. So wonderful. All right. So those are all of our questions.
On the meetings. You forced me to be on there. Then I'm in I didn't want to be there.
All right, so so thank you so much. So is everyone, does anybody have any questions? Any last questions? We're at the end. Any questions? I know you guys saw your name jumping into the chat from Mr. Jason. So just for you guys being here, you're already getting $5 Wooten dollars just for being here. So congratulations for being here and for participating. And if there are no more questions, we are going to come to an end. And Mr. Casey, thank you so much for taking your time to share with us today. You were awesome. I learned something. Did you guys learn something?
One question.
Sure.
They need to send you the photo for the airplane they made?
Oh, yes, you can. Mm-hmm.
They can? Okay.
Yes, you can. Mm-hmm. So you can take a picture of it after you finish designing it and then send it. Mm-hmm. Yes, awesome. I see in the chat. Thank you, Mr. Casey. Great presentation. Awesome. Wonderful.
Thanks for having me. This was super fun.
Yay. Awesome, awesome. Look, we'll have you come back again.
Yeah, let's do it.
So awesome. All right, you guys. So enjoy your weekend. Mr. Jason, he's gonna play us some good outro because it's Friday music. Woo-hoo, hoo-hoo. Hey, yeah. Emily, are you laughing at me? It's Friday. It's Friday. So awesome. So you guys, thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Mr. Jason, feel free to play the going outro music if you like, if you can.